Are you an indie podcast or content creator looking to reach a wider audience? Look no further. Introducing Podcastic, the ultimate podcast network designed exclusively for indie creators like you. At Podcastic, we believe in the power of unique voices and fresh perspectives. We're here to amplify your passion and creativity, connecting you with the growing community of engaged listeners who crave original content. Podcastic is more than just a platform. It's a support system built for indie podcasters, offering a range of resources to help you succeed. From tailored promotional campaigns to professional production assistance, we're here to help you shine. Our intuitive platform makes it easy for you to be seen and heard. We do all the heavy lifting for you. You just show up and create. Plus, with our advanced analytics, you'll gain valuable insights into your audience's preferences, allowing you to refine your content and grow your fan base. Ignite your passion, expand your reach, and thrive with podcasting. Visit our website at www.podcasticlife.com to get started. Podcastic, the home for indie podcasts and content creators.
I pray that my love for you is bigger than what my parents have.
So you must be my daughter's new friend?
Candy, let me ask you a question.
Oh, so this him? This the man that comforts you more than me?
Mama, all men ain't like daddy.
That's not fair!
The content you're about to hear is a part of a paid programming segment. The views, opinions, and statements expressed belong solely to the sponsor and do not reflect those of Podcastic or its host. This segment is for informational and promotional purposes only and should not be considered as advice or endorsement. Listener discretion is advised.
Rise and grind, morning show at 9:15 a.m. Monday through Friday. Great conversation, guest appearances, cause you experience us on the cusp of blowing up. Boom. Wake up, wake up. Rise and grind, morning show.
Yes, we're live. That means you shut the hell up. Welcome to the Rebraodcast Ground Morning Show, y'all. In case you don't know, we do this every Monday through Friday. And all the people clapping for me, I really appreciate you. But
You're the man.
No, I'm not the man. Can you be quiet, please? Thank you, people. All right. I do have my video going with Mary J. Blige. The only reason I don't go to concerts is because I'd rather go to concerts on Facebook. Because everybody be showing it and I had to spend $300. And I can watch it over and over and over and over and over again. That's the important part. So welcome to the Rise and Grind Morning Show, y'all. Today is a good day, but it's cloudy outside. I seen the weirdest weather earlier. Someone asked me to look outside, and I went outside. It was bright on one side, cloudy on the other, and a rainbow to the left of me.
That's beautiful.
But anybody who believes that the earth is flat is kind of dumb. I'm sorry. It can't be all those things going straight. I'm sorry. It's just not possible.
Well, they don't say it's flat. We're under a dome, so it's like half curved. And
yeah, but they say the earth is flat. That's crazy. Anyway, I got into an argument with a friend of mine. He's a science teacher. He said the earth is flat. So I said you paid all that money to be...
To go to school to be a dummy.
Yeah. Anyway, I see. So welcome to the Burton Cam Club. So listen, today is a good day. You ain't gonna fill it nothing but water. Shit. You ain't gonna do nothing but fill it with water.
I'll get you one if you act right.
No, I don't want to act right. I don't want nothing that big in my mouth. Anyway, so I'm just saying.
Why? It is not like that.
Evidently it is. And then now you got a two-handed. It's enough you about to have me sucking on some applesauce. Cam got me some applesauce, y'all. And it's called Go Squeeze.
That's our Breakfast of Champions here at the Rise and Grind Morning Show this morning.
But you know me.
So Go Squeeze, we need for you to partner with us and sponsor us.
There you go.
Yes.
But anybody know me? I gotta scan the ingredients. I have to know.
Oh, here we go.
Hey,
it's gonna say 75 or up.
Even if it say bad, I'm still gonna eat it because Cam gave it to me.
You have to eat it.
It's apple.
It's gonna be 75 or up.
Wow.
Why? It's
this
80.
is the first incredible thing I've ever seen with 90.
Oh, I told you 75.
What's 90? 90 mean 90 bad.
It's good. It's good.
It's to say excellent.
On Yucca.
See, I love y'all. I'll bring a case of them so we can have them
on Yucca.
All
Because
on
I was
Yuka.
doing my research because, I'm on my health journey right now. Ooh, my hair look, ooh. If
you're on a journey, you need to get the app called
it
Yuka.
is a journey. I have that. I already have Yuka. But I was reading about applesauce, and it was just saying that applesauce is really healthy for you. It's really good for you, and it's a quick go-to thing to eat. So I went to a store, because I'm not saying any more names because we need sponsors, and got a case of them. And this is what I snack on during the day. So then that way, it's healthy.
Yeah.
And I passed the Yuka test.
Yes.
Yeah,
One thing about it, he gonna scan everything.
I go to Yuka all the time, man. So, it's never something. Who is that? Somebody new?
Yes, our beautiful guest is here.
Oh, our beautiful guest. I know her.
I know you probably do.
I already know this young lady.
Please.
I swear, she internationally known because she known to rock a microphone because she get
She was one of the first people I put on my magazine called Sisters.
today.
Huh?
I was gonna bring that magazine. I said no.
Yeah, she was the first person I put on the magazine.
Yeah.
On Sisters magazine.
She gotta. We gotta talk to her. I'm so excited to see my sister girl. I see. I love it. Yeah. I am so happy to see you. But okay, back to so we have applesauce this morning. And I'm just really excited about today's show and to get to talk to this beautiful young lady here on the Rise and Grind Morning Show this morning. And so, as you heard, Miles said she was the first girl that he put on his magazine.
Yep.
So what does that tell you?
Nice.
She got it going on. Yeah. She got it going, get going on. And
I'm glad you wasn't a rapper. So,
I could have been.
Yeah. He was gonna be. What's your name? Rap name would be Cream.
No.
What?
Creme de la creme.
My rapper name would be Quench.
Okay.
Because I would quench your thirst. Damn.
Hell
Yeah,
no.
she ate with that. She ate with that.
She ain't eat with nothing.
Yes,
Now she quenching. Ladies and gentlemen,
You've been quenched.
before we get started, I would like to say my gas station chronicle was funny because
Here we go.
while I was getting my gas, somebody ran a red light and hit a pole. So it made me
Oh my goodness.
laugh because they gave me the finger.
Oh, karma be coming back.
Wait a
quick.
minute. They gave you the finger before they hit the pole or after they
They
hit
gave me the before.
Before. That's why.
They gave me the
instant karma.
But why
got
would
him.
they?
Because they were saying, fuck you. And I was like, wow.
And then they hit the pole.
And then when I went at the gas station, I guess they stopped at the other, whatever, I don't know. But when it was riding past me, they looked at me like, yeah. And then, I said, oh, God is with me this morning.
He was like, thanks, mama.
Okay.
I need that. No,
all my angels did that. They were like, yeah, you don't,
don't you mess with Miles.
don't mess with my
sick.
baby.
Mess with.
So, Cam, we had the guest today.
Yes, we do have a guest today. She is the guest, like he said. I am so happy that she's here with us today. We have Tisha. Is it White Burton? White Burton, because I said Burton White on something. I was like, but I got the name right. And Tisha. Say your name again. White Burton. And she is an entrepreneur. She is a world traveler. She owns several businesses. She is just an all-around great person. And so today we're going to delve into talking about her, a little bit about her businesses and the things that she has accomplished. And as you heard, when she walked in the door, Miles said, I know her. She is the first person that I put on my first magazine cover.
Yeah, the first magazine on Sisters in Business.
On Sisters in Business. Yep. So that goes to show you that she got it going on. And she's just an all-around wonderful person. I met Tisha a couple years ago, and when I met her, I was like, oh my gosh, you are so pretty. I love your freckles.
Thank you.
And we've been friends ever since.
Yeah.
I don't believe Ken got me up here sucking on applesauce.
I just did it to prove that I could get you to suck something. Okay, that was a little devilish side of me. Miles is rubbing off on me. Ew. No. But it is 70 calories. I brought something that is good for everyone. Would you like applesauce?
I'll take it with me.
Okay.
Let's welcome Tasha.
Hey, Tasha.
White Burton to the Rise and Ground Morning Show.
With her beautiful self.
Oh, wow.
It's not often that you meet people with freckles, and I just thought that was the cutest thing
Not
because
black people.
right.
What you say?
Not black people.
Right. I'm black with freckles.
Yes.
Where?
Shut up, Cam.
That extra brown spot on your nose that blends in with the rest of you. Yes, but
well, let's go to the topic.
The topic is work hard, play hard.
Ooh, work hard, play hard.
And we chose this topic because it embodies our guest. She works hard and she plays hard. And we're just going to talk about the balance that you can get between the two, because I don't think too many people do it better than Tosh. I'll tell you that. So with that being said, could you tell us just a little bit about yourself, honey?
Okay. I wasn't expecting to come on
This early.
So
Why not?
because I was supposed to come on at 10 o'clock. I just got here early.
Okay, well, that's cool.
prep.
I'm glad you came in.
Yeah, so I am an entrepreneur, self-made. I built my businesses from scratch with no
She's trying to duck out
government
of
help.
here. Go ahead.
Just out my pocket. My tax firm, I've been doing taxes for 20 years.
Woo!
And my firm I've had for 10. It's called TNT Taxes. Nice. And I travel and train people to open their own offices. I'm going to be coaching soon. And so it's just I've built a great practice, and I'm just so proud of myself for doing that.
I know that's right. Be proud of yourself if nobody else is.
And it's very competitive. Thank you. A very competitive industry.
Yeah, it is.
For me to be still in business 10 years later in my own firm and not being an independent contractor is just a blessing. Nice.
So do you have your own software?
I don't. I will be gaining my own software soon. So I work with a software called Pro Series. So I love that one.
Cool. I mean, if it's not broke, don't you try to fix it, right?
Well, I mean, it's coming.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
She said it's coming.
Yeah.
So in the tax business, like as you stated, it is competitive.
Very.
Because everybody and their mama think that they can do taxes and they can't. Mm-hmm. So when y'all be getting back $5 million and then you get audited the next year, and then they be trying to come after your stuff because you didn't go to Tasha, then I'm serious, because people always do that. They're like, oh, you got to go to my person because they get you all this money back. Yeah, but are they going to do it correctly? And you can get money back. It is a myth that you cannot get money back. You can, but you have to go to the right person who knows the tax laws, who knows if you need to be, what's that thing called? Not audited, but when you have a business, she's going to ask you, do you have a business? Do you have this going on? She's going to ask you all the pertinent questions that need to be asked so she can file your tax return properly.
Right.
Well, tax fraud is $1 billion industry, so just keep that in mind. People think that they can get away with stuff, especially with taxes, because it's so easy to, input numbers and get you a large refund and some things that you just don't qualify for. And just because the IRS don't get you the first 5 years, they want you to, they're building a case, like the mob. So for $2,000 extra, no. But once you get over $10,000 and $20,000 back in revenue that you don't qualify for, that's when they come after you.
Yeah, I mean, hell yeah, because in order for you, the government is not going to come at you for some mediocre thing.
No.
And you can always count on they already did their research, so you trying to lie.
Yeah.
However, I got a question, Tasha. What's one of the main mistakes people come to you as a individual and doing their taxes?
Well, the first mistake is everybody think they can file head of household, and you cannot file head of household without a dependent. So just because you own your home or you pay all the bills, I'm head of household. That's one of the main mistakes that people don't know. And then when a tax preparer try to tell you, well, I filed head of household last year, I said that's impossible if you don't have a dependent. So in order for you to be head of household, you would have to have dependents.
And another thing, I think they mess up if they don't file for these damn Apple Go-Go sweets. Because
He's falling in love, guys.
Yeah.
This is my third one. But no, seriously. So when they do that and they get away with it the first time and they come to you, you instantly just put them at halt on that.
Well, yeah, you have to amend it. It's not even going to go through. It's gonna flag. It's gonna reject. So I think they just have in their mind, because I pay the bills at my home, over 50%. That's why people think, oh yeah, I can file head of household. But it's a filing status. There are 5 filing statuses, and it's single head of household, married filing jointly, married filing separate, and qualifying surviving spouse. It used to be qualifying widow, but they changed it because of the pronouns that people have now.
Yeah, got you. As I watch Cam just suck the life out of this damn applesauce pack, she rolled this boy up like
I'm getting all of it.
That's what she said.
It's so good. These things are so good, and they're healthy. They're only 70 calories.
So people who file, you
need that sponsorship. I'm trying to get that movie.
Yes.
But as people file, like that, majority I could honestly say it's probably women that's filing like that. Majority of
and men, men.
No, I ain't saying and men, but majority women.
Yeah, majority.
Yeah.
Women will come in and think they know,
yeah.
and I'll tell them, because TurboTax got audited. They got audited. Yes. And so people just think because you put in data entry and put your numbers in and work with the numbers on the Schedule C, that's the self-employment profit, business, and loss. I mean, yeah, we all can sit up here and do stuff on the computer and submit it. That doesn't necessarily mean it's right. So I've learned from the best. I went to H&R Block training, and I was working with them for 5 years. And then they actually, when I left there, they had a non-compete, so I couldn't even use my own P10 number at any other office I was working at. Wow. So I had to be up under the owner's number for it, and that's like humbling,
right.
Because you thinking that, okay, I got this training here and I'm ready to, excel and start my own, and you can't. Yeah, they have, that's one thing I will recommend when you do go to Training with Block and you start working with them, just read the fine print.
Is it a timeline?
It's 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, so they have you in a not a chokehold, but you said, it humbles you, like, okay, well, I gotta wait.
Yeah, but you get the best training.
It's still a chokehold.
Yeah.
But I want to say that it is very important to our audience that you don't know the law. People like Tasha and tax preparers, they go to school, they learn the law. And even with new tax preparers, that's why you have to work under someone so that you can learn the law and then have somebody to refer back to their expertise who knows more than you know. And so I just think that sometimes people think, like you're saying, that you could just, I'm going to just do TurboTax, or I'm just going to punch in some numbers. And you're shooting yourself in the foot. So get the information. And also, Tasha gives tax classes. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I train in September to December. It depends on your schedule and your, willing to learn. Cam was in my class at one point.
Yes.
She failed.
No,
actually, I did.
She did not fail.
I was just making sure.
Thank you. And passed her test. She just had other endeavors.
But I am going to go back to her. I told her, I said, I'm coming back home, sister, because it's a great field to be in. You can make good money, and overall, I really want to help people because that's something that I have seen Tasha, the way that she moves when she does do the tax preparation. She really does want to help people. She really do have your best interest at heart, and she do not play with you because she's sweet, honey. But if you don't play, because she'll be like, okay, well, I'm just trying to help you, so please don't make me. But the thing I love about her, she's direct, but she's not rude, and that is a skill. Because sometimes you be like,
training
what?
in that.
Training them, Tasha. It is a skill, but it's wonderful to have somebody to be direct with you that's coming from a loving place to say, hey, I'm trying to help you. And she's truly trying to help you get the best return and also give you some knowledge while she's helping you out.
But there's another thing that's becoming illegal that people do all the time. My plant workers, my nurses, they go exempt. Going exempt is stealing. It's stealing.
Wow.
You want to go exempt, and you don't want to pay the IRS, the government, all year, and then you want to come and say, I have a business, and write off all these write-offs and expenses, and then get a refund.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, if somebody...
even, I'd rather just break even. Like, look.
Yeah, but it's still illegal, and Trump is in the administration now, so he's fining people up to $10,000, or he would just adjust your refund. If you feel that you're going to get like $8,000 and you haven't paid taxes all year, he'll just adjust and say, this is what you owe me, instead of giving you the refund and coming back later. He's doing it right out the gate. So
is that a good way? Is it a good thing?
Yeah, for the government it is, not for the workers and the taxpayers, because, the plant workers want to go exempt 3 months and 6 months just because they're getting these profit shares, but you have to pay taxes on everything. It's just the way of the law. It's even in the Bible. So why not pay those kibbles and bits all year, so when your tax preparer prepares your taxes and now you owe $13,000 to the government, and then the government will come and put liens on your home, your cars, your bank account, and then you're looking at the tax preparer like, you messed me up.
Yeah, it's plenty of people. Listen, I know when I went through a season in 2017, 18, 19, there was a lot of tax preparers getting jumped on because people was...
How you gonna jump on somebody?
No, they weren't coming. That's why I stay locked and low down. Sorry.
It's important.
Don't come.
No, because
pull up.
Because the main thing is that they don't understand if you're an uneducated person on what's going on, and you're not, if you're not coachable, these are the things that happen.
And that's why I educate my clients.
You become ignorant.
Yeah.
And becoming ignorant in a hostile situation, especially with people depending on these. A lot of people be counting money before they get it.
Yeah, they do.
I think that is the dumbest thing on the planet.
I think everybody have done it though. It's not just taxes.
I ain't say that. I'm not saying that.
With that first job.
But they just be.
You calculate it for you.
Well, what I tell people, I like to prepare bosses. I have bankers, I have lawyers, doctors. They're in a different tax bracket, so they know the laws. They know to get 20 to 30% taken. I have people that make $250,000, $350,000. You have to get 20 and 30% taken out your taxes in order for you to get a refund. You only get back what you put in. So if you put in zero, you're going to get back zero, correct? So that's what I tell people. And the blessing about my business is I work the 4 months and then I save for the other 8 months and I travel. Okay. So that's my love language. That's what I do, and that's how I keep afloat. But you have to save. You have to budget. And so people, I always tell people tax season is not an avenue for a come up.
No.
Could you say that again?
Tax season is
many
not
people think that
an avenue for a come up.
And here's what makes us vulnerable. Everybody started putting on sales during tax time and car deal because the most everybody, I'm going to get a car.
Yeah.
And it's like You ain't say that up for the previous year. You know what I mean? And the fact that we are the least educated on finances.
Yes.
Because more money flow through our hands. I mean, flow through our hands. We don't have it and hold it. It flow through our hands.
It flow. Let it flow.
I think we need to open up a financial institutes for education.
For younger people.
For us. Like McDonald's.
It doesn't matter the age.
Right. There you go.
I've been doing taxes for 20 years, and you will not believe the things that I've seen. I mean, even people that y'all look up to just don't know what to do and how to do it. And so when people see me, you know, they're like, oh, she got it, she's doing it. But I'm like, I had to learn too. You know, I've been a housewife. I've been a single mom. I've been in every situation that anybody could ever be in.
No,
and
you
I've
ain't been in
made
every
mistakes.
situation.
Well, not every, but most.
A lot. She's talking about as a woman. She's been in a lot of situations that a woman in.
Yeah, I ain't talking about, but she don't look like she ever.
So where did your tax background come from? Was it that you didn't want anybody else doing it? You just
no. So I used to be a receptionist for H&R Block when I was 17. My aunt used to do taxes.
Okay.
And then when I got married, my ex-husband asked me to quit my job and help with our carpet cleaning business.
Nice.
But I wanted some supplemental income. So his aunt worked at H&R Block, and I was like, I'm going to take the class. You know, the first year I had to pay $200, but having somebody that worked there, you can only pay $20 each time you come back for training. So I just took advantage of the opportunity. Nice. And so I was bored, you know, at home, like, okay, what can I do to make extra money? And it's only seasonal. And I had children that were still school age in programs and stuff like that, and I just wanted something flexible.
Okay.
And that's how we started.
Taxes, it can definitely be flexible, and it also can be very profitable.
Oh, it's very lucrative.
And that's why I'm taking her class
taxes, again.
Go ahead.
I will be on her team next year, so everyone know that. Go to TNT Taxes here in Southfield, Michigan.
Yes.
And then next year, I will be a part of that team.
Let me see your arm fold.
Yes.
TNT.
Ken, why you sound like an operator that's been drinking?
No, if I was an operator that had been drinking, I'd be like, call TNT, baby.
That's crazy. Shout out to Cam. Poor child, she gonna fail the test again.
Cam.
She gonna fail the test again.
No, I did not fail the test. Okay. I passed the test. I got my certification. I got my EIN number. She looked me up. She told me everything to do. So your girl is smart. I just did not pursue it because of my job. But we gonna shake these shackles off.
I know that's right.
And then she's gonna instead of being beginner, she's gonna be intermediate when she comes back. So
she might be starting with experience.
She might be my office manager.
Very well, maybe. Let's go.
Be intermediate. She's gonna be intermediate.
Receive it.
It can't even be intermediate.
Intermediate is the proper terminology. So, but you know what? I'm gonna say this: the Bible tells us don't despise small beginnings, and I'm gonna say this to people. Period. Stop being afraid to start over.
Ooh.
Stop being afraid to try different things to get different skills. It's skills to be made out here to make money, not just in trades. Skilled trades is beautiful too, because don't play, because I was thinking about taking me a damn drywall class, because I like to do things with my hands. So look at these programs that they have for us and for you. Find whatever it is that is good for you. Tasha's here and she's sharing the information how she was a single mother, how she wanted more extra income for herself, even when she was married. It is nothing wrong with being a woman and getting your own bag and having your own coin to help your husband. That way then to help, I said it, to help your mate.
Okay. Yeah.
Because women, I mean, some women, not all women, they just want to be like, oh, well, he da-da-da-da. But I love that you had, she had the fortitude to say, hey, my kids are in all these extra things, you know, let me, I want some extra money to do what, you know, what I want. Not saying that her husband was helping her and doing what they, as a family, but she wanted some extra.
The provider.
Ain't nothing wrong with some extra.
He was the provider. We were church 5 days a week.
Tasha, do you know what this means?
It means
Yeah.
She know what it means. Don't do Miss Sasha. She know what it means. Because she did it. She did it, so she knows what it means.
Don't just mind you like you just got a little puppy, like you're talking like
she knows what it means.
Clock and tea.
But to women, though, it's nothing wrong with helping your mate. But more than anything, it's nothing wrong with helping yourself. Help yourself.
Most women that's got them extra jobs, they don't never let their mate know what they made.
No, and that's real.
They be saying, baby, I thought you got that job. Dang, that's gas money.
That's my extracurricular.
Right, most definitely. And then overall, though, I believe people who participate in taxes, they just need to seek professional assistance, right? So, with that being said, speaking of professional assistance, I like to say anybody who's looking to really look into a good morning show, give us a hit or subscribe on YouTube. Matter of fact, Tasha, you subscribed on YouTube with us?
I have not.
Okay, go on YouTube right now.
It's time.
With your people.
And hit the subscribe.
It's time.
This is what a real champion look like when they subscribing to the Rise and Grind Morning Show. Go to YouTube and type in Rise and Grind Morning Show. All one word, and it's a yellow logo.
I like the yellow logo. That looks sweet.
It's popping.
It's electric.
Well, it's morning, so
yeah. Okay, it's Metro Boomin.
There you go, sunshine.
Metro Boom, hey.
They don't know about no Metro Boomin. Metro Boomin originally her name was Mary.
Please, her name, please.
So, Miles, so I just want to get a little bit of insight on this magazine that you had, and you had the beautiful Tasha on there. What was up with that? Give us a little insight.
It's called Sisters in Business, and that's my third or fourth installment. It became to where it's hard to find people that want to work. You know what I mean? So I had to let it sit down a minute. Matter of fact, I think I had my stroke happen. I had a stroke during that time period. So I had to let a lot of things go. But I'm thinking about getting back on. And plus, I entrusted somebody else to get on and take it over. They didn't do that.
They didn't know your vision. It was your baby.
No, it's not even just they act like that's what they wanted to do. And then I gave it to him for 8 months. I was like, "Hey man, I can't find nobody to put on the cover." I'm like, you know what? Never mind.
I wish I'd have known you back then, because I can find some folks.
Okay, hey man,
for real. I mean, but every magazine I have, it's like on the wall. Those are all potential incomes, and people just don't think. And all I tell them is, hey, it's like I hate when learn your tools. Most people don't want to build things on their own. They rather be given, and that's what she was talking about with the taxes. People rather just fall back and act like and lie. And then when they get caught up, they be like, "Man, they're garnishing my check." They're supposed to.
Well, I will say this: some people. Tax preparers, when they're doing fraud, they will prepare your taxes and say that you self-prepared.
Yeah.
And some people will not look on their tax return. So when the IRS asks for paperwork, and then they'll be like, well, my tax preparer did this, and it says self-prepared down at the bottom. That's a red flag.
Well, I don't think most people look at it. They just look at the return that they get.
They're looking at the money.
And that's what I said back when I was helping somebody out. The reason why she got over, because I gave her a good tip on how to increase her business. One of the greatest was back then was because she was able to get same day income. And so they was like, I came to such and such, and I got my money today. Less than 4 hours later, I got my check. And we did it with video on social media. So her phone was just ringing off the hook constantly. Like, I was like, she's like, Miles, thank you for it. So she gave me like $6,800 because she made like $68,000. So she said, I'll give you 10%. So she gave me 10%. So
with that being said, everyone, go to TNT Tax Services right here in Southfield, Michigan. You have seen the face that goes along with the name, and you can hear her heart that she is here to give great customer service to people. She knows what she's doing, and she really does want to help you do your taxes correctly so you don't get in trouble.
Yeah, your taxes won't say self-prepared.
You do not want somebody else to do it, and I mean, it's just all false advertising.
That's your flyer.
Yes.
Okay. Wait. Did you send it?
If you can hold it up, we can see it in the camera.
Yeah.
Hey, Toya.
Yeah, that's my sister.
All right.
She's
Okay,
my
that's my
business partner. She's actually a psych nurse practitioner. So
Flyer man did these flyers.
Well, he did revise them.
Yeah, I could tell.
Yep, he revised them. He also did my boutique and full service salon flyers as well.
Yes.
And my businesses are in Southfield, right across the hall from each other.
So let's get into this this flyer here. We're gonna hold this up. I'm gonna hold this up right here. She has a business called the Royal Boutique. It's a specialized in costume design wear, apparel, accessories, handbags, and more. And she also has a it's a salon.
It's a whole spot.
It's a whole vibe, honey. They do teeth whitening. They do massage. I mean, come on now, Tasha. Let's go. Tell us about what you got going on at the Royal Boutique.
Yeah, so we have a full service salon. It's like your one stop shop. We offer massages, teeth whitening, a boutique. I'm a wardrobe stylist for the celebrities, so I get flued out to style celebrities. And so I have a business partner, and they're into acting, modeling, and singing. And so we got a big clientele of celebrities, what they say, Tubi actors. You know how, it's a joke, but that's what they say. We have a big wide range of clients that come in and get serviced at the Royal Boutique and Royal Natural Hair Spa.
So do you do everything to hair? Like,
oh yeah, natural hair locks, lace fronts, braids, makeup artists. We have barbers. And
how about the massages? I see some say massage.
Yeah, so the massages.
like the massage.
They are, for a single person, it's $60 for 1 hour. And that's just the special that we have running now. And then a couple is $120. And
good price.
You get wine, you get service. I mean, if you drink
the works.
Yeah, you get the works.
And honey, when I tell you walk into this spot, you feel like you are transported into like Italy. The motif of the salon is Versace, honey.
Yes.
So when you walk in, you just feel like you money. Just like I'm walking into a space where where I can relax, where it's upscale. Her staff is very professional, and I do like the fact that you can get you a little libation if you're getting you a massage. That's wonderful. Maybe even if you put in a request, you might get a little, some strawberries or something. Yeah. But I love the fact that you curtail.
So what?
Strawberries. Chocolate covered.
Okay, the works.
Because
luxury.
Tasha's a high end. She gonna make sure she wants you to have the experience like she experiences when she travels. So, girl, let's talk about this being flued out and flying all over the place. Because every time I look at her thing, honey, she's somewhere.
She out of here.
I love to travel. I've been traveling since I was 2 years old. My grandma used to take me and my brother. We were the red hair, freckle faced kids of the family that everybody, oh, look at, because that was so rare back then. I mean, in the South, it was more prominent, but, in the city of Detroit, we were carrot tops. We were, like aliens, What?
Aliens?
Yeah, people, because back in the day when, if you look at the history, people with red hair and freckles were mutants, and they were killing those people back in the day.
Wow.
So, I mean, because we were...
Coleman Young was red hair and freckles.
Yeah, but, I mean, before him.
Yeah. Okay.
Before him. I mean, I know the history. I have to research things because, we research slavery. We research, and I have Irish in my family, so... I have to...
St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, it's down in there. But my thing is, people, if you're different and you're unique, you're the only two red hair, freckle faced kids in the school, and then when you go back to your roots and you fit in, it just feels good. But I've been traveling, I'm talking on a plane since I was 2, and then my dad moved away to Atlanta. Ford transferred him, and we were going every summer, for over 15 years. And that was my second home, still is my second home. But just vowed that I wanted to, after my kids got bigger and out the house, that I make my own schedule, and then I travel the world.
I know that's right. Did you kick your kids out?
Oh yeah, they just decided to leave. Like my oldest son got married at 23 and left. And my daughter, she met someone and left, and then my youngest son, he just got married 2 years ago.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. So, and they're all doing well. My youngest son is a music artist. And it's the roots of my family. And then I made an album when I was a teenager. I know you guys know Jerry Flynn and Alex.
I know.
They were my managers.
And it's crazy. That, so
Nice.
how I even backtracked with Alex years later. Because Alex used to manage one of my friends. His name was Alvin. He had a group called Cocoa Pop.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Shimmy.
No, it wasn't
Well,
like
that's
that.
what I
That's the
just
song.
remember.
Yeah,
when
I thought of that too, Cam.
He y'all too young. So
I thought of that too.
kids, you know what I mean, Tasha?
Yeah.
So anyway, so Alex, he got a Ubi coffee right now, and it's crazy to where Alex used to be this dude in the streets. And Jerry Flynn is still Jerry Flynn.
Yeah.
Jerry Flynn is the ugliest man that I know.
Oh my God.
No, he is.
My God.
He is the
Inside
and out. So no, Jerry is a beautiful person, but me and him always tease each other like we the ugliest producers. I'm just so glad he beat me. So no, Jerry's cool. Jerry's one of the first people that has his own recording studio.
Okay.
His studio right now is marked as a landmark, a historical landmark.
That's awesome.
Shout out to Jerry Flynn.
Nice. Yeah. So.
And he sneak watched the show sometimes, so I just have to talk about this person. But go ahead,
yeah, when I was a teenager, we made. I have an album, like a vinyl, and we were called the Rapping Rascals, and I was.
You was Darla?
Yeah.
Wow.
I love that name. The Rapping Rascals.
We
They
were
got a
like
ring to
86,
it.
87.
You was like the Little Rascals.
Yeah.
I remember that. Wow, but
It's
you only like I don't know. You,
No, I am.
Man, how old are you?
We're
You
not
about
gonna
the
do
same
that.
age?
I don't mind.
There you
You
go.
know, because people have to embrace,
Who
you know,
they are, right.
Life is too short. I'll be 52 in April.
There you go. I'm about to say you like 2 years younger than me.
Yeah. So I'm, you know, I encourage women to tell their age. I encourage women to, you know, talk about, because see, some people look at me because I look young and they like, you don't know nothing. You don't, you know, you can't tell me nothing. So when I tell them like, hey, I'm in my 50s, I've been here, I've been, you know, around, they respect you better.
Yeah, because they know that you have wisdom. Because there's so many. I can't say. That's why I have friends of all ages to be able to talk and be around people, because you do need to be around the younger people. You need to be around the older people, and then you need to be around people your age.
Because when I was younger, I hung out with older women.
Yep.
And so I was always above my time.
Yeah.
And so
you
now
had wisdom.
I can relate to the younger people because I know how to dress people. I know how to, you know, just relate.
You stay in tune with the time.
Of course.
Yeah, you know, because she is a fashionista, honey.
Yes.
Every time I see her, honey, she be apple bottom boots. With, she's
that's
always
real.
cute. Yeah. And I got some bad boots from her. I need to go back shopping, honey. I got some bad suede boots, and everywhere I go, they be like, "Where do you?"
Supporting me.
They be like, "Where you get them from?" Yeah, that's my girl.
Definitely supportive.
I love her.
I have a question for you, Miss Tasha.
Yes.
So with the entrepreneurship and, you know, just being a mom and things like that, where is the balance? How do you find that with the working hard plan?
So, as I stated before, I was a single mom and a wife and always had a schedule. And I just vowed with God and said, hey, if you bless me to have a job or something that's flexible, that I don't have to, you know, check in, have a 9 to 5, then I'm going to pour into people. The balance comes with I make my own schedule. So I do have a routine. You know, I get up at 10 a.m. This is early for me to be here, but and then I have my breakfast, my mimosas, I have my shower, and then I go to work around 2:00. Like that's my schedule. That's you know.
Honey, that's what's called a soft
Okay,
life.
listen, that's living.
Yeah, it's such a soft girl life, and I love it. Like, I don't break my schedule for nobody because they like, what you drinking? What water you have? Why you look so young? I mean, it's sometimes I may look a little fatigued today because I've just been, really swamped with taxes, but. Like on my off season, I look so fresh and so rejuvenated, and people are like, "What are you drinking? What are you eating?" And I'm like, "Well, I do drink my water and eat my fruit, but I like my steak and lobster too."
Okay,
so it's a balance. Yeah, everything in moderation.
And I love the fact that I'll call Tasha and she'll be like, "Girl, I'm at dinner with my family, all of them."
Yes.
And I think that is so dope. I think that families need to get together more. You, your children, your mama, your daddy, get together with your family. And I think that's a beautiful example also that you set for other people, is that you be out and you see all of them.
Yes.
And the grandbabies, and she got some beautiful grandbabies, just to be together. So I love your family, because hey, we are
very family oriented. My family come first. I lost my dad in 2019 on Christmas Eve, so I've been coping with that. It's a big loss. I was his oldest and firstborn. However, my dad is still with us in spirit. But when he was there, him and my mom, although they were divorced, they were the best of friends. So if we have something, mommy and daddy's there. We don't play that.
Healthy.
Yeah, it's very healthy. So I just, with my life, with my taxes, my beauty and fashion, with the traveling, like I said, it's a healthy balance, because I, that's how I set my life up. It hasn't always been like that, but I just always wanted to do it. And then I have some things coming up that's going to really make me retire early, so I can really travel the world.
I'm be like my rich friend.
Right.
But the thing that I keep hearing you say over and over is, she has a schedule. I have a schedule. Yeah. This is what I stick to. This is what I'm going to do. And that's it. And she does not let anybody deviate her from her schedule and what she has to do. And that's very important, because when we have goals, a lot of times we get distracted because we let people that we're in relationships with, our family, our friends, girl, I have to. And I love the fact Tasha don't play about her schedule. This is what I'm doing. Oh, honey, I cannot. Girl, let's go to lunch. Yeah, let me get out my calendar.
Okay.
She'd be like, let me get out my calendar. I can fit you in on this day. If it's an emergency, we can. I can come up to the office. You can talk to me there. So I love the fact that you are a strong woman and that you have a schedule, and it is so important to have a schedule. So I say that to implore to men, women, cat, dog, whoever. Get a schedule. Stick to it. And when you have goals for your life, you keep those goals to your breast and you keep it for yourself, because at the end of the day, all you have is you. You got to love you, and this life that we have is your life and your life alone. It don't belong to nobody else but you, so we got to rock that thing out.
That's true. People look at me and think I have, that I'm perfect and I have everything together. And, sometimes I cry in the car, trust and believe. But, however, once I've shared those tears, I clean it up, I pray to God, and I keep moving. I've seen the growth in me. I have not always been, a direct and assertive person. I was very timid in my early years, because of, the situations I've been through and things like that. But when you step out and be an entrepreneur and a business owner, you have to, put your big girl panties on and get out here, because people will devour you. So you have to, stand your ground and, make your schedule and stick to it. Because when I first opened my tax firm, I promise you I was working from 9 a.m. to 3 a.m. People were texting and calling after hours, just disrespectful. Do you got your numbers and all that? And I was, basically, working for them at the time because I felt like, oh, I'm going to lose a client. But when I became more established,
so boundaries are important
she
for you.
she turned into Big Red. She's like, office hours start at 2 and don't call me after 10.
Everybody needs healthy boundaries because people will do that. They'll call you, after hours.
Tax preparers drop dead because they're so stressed out. They have strokes, they have heart attacks because people are mean. Yeah, and they want their money.
When it comes to money,
and it's crazy. I'm like, you didn't plan up to this time, and I'm not saying everybody, but it's just so many people that I look at and I'm like, and I'm not trying to be funny, and when they sit here, I'm like, the people who get a refund basically are low income. And I'm not knocking anybody and everything like that. If you get a large refund at the end of the year, you're considered low income. If you get an EIC, and if you get, the people that are in different tax brackets, they just have a different way of life. They come in, they're assertive, they know what they want, they know they got to pay you. They don't complain about the price. No problem. The people that get the refunds and you get them a exceptional amount of money, and based on what they qualify, and they still complaining about the price. And I'm like, my price is my price. If I can't stay the same price as when I opened up. Now the inflation that went up. So when you come to me and say, oh, $600, just an example, or I'm like, I am really affordable for what I do.
And you have to understand, she's not doing taxes out of her basement.
No,
she has a whole business.
Yeah.
She has a whole space for you to come and bring your taxes. And I love the fact that you have separated your business from your personal life. Yeah. Because as a business owner, you need to have that separation. You need to be able to go home and relax.
And I used to take my computer home, and now I leave that computer up at the office, and I get up and go to work during my tax season. And people, girl, I sit at home. No, I'm gonna go into the office. And you guys have to keep in mind, so just say you had this space, even on off season, I have to pay for my space
regardless of the clients.
Even if I have clients or not. So you have to, some people don't understand how bossy that is. You have to save and put away to
prepare
on off season. Those my
bills don't stop.
I never took that into consideration.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's another thing. Don't be coming up to my girl getting no daggone attitude. Because if everybody wants to make their life their emergency. Her emergency.
Yeah.
Your emergency is not anybody in your life's emergency. It is your emergency. So if we would plan better, get schedules, get different things put in proper order and in place, then we wouldn't have all these emergencies all the time. Because that's what I keep hearing. You like, well, they're like, this has to get done. I need this. Okay, that's what you need, but we have to
you're the
do better.
You're the taxpayer. I'm just a tax preparer, and I'm not going to say just I am the tax preparer. So if the IRS asks you for some paperwork and give you the instructions to get this paperwork to them in order to get your refund, you have to comply. It's not my job, and they send you a letter and tell you that it's not up to the tax. I don't know your bank account, and you're this and you're that. And then, they get frustrated. Well, I don't know what to say. And you're the tax preparer. Yeah, I am. But it's right there in black and white.
And then also, it's almost like they trying to make you their mother. You are not their mother. You are a grown ass person.
And you pay me for one service, and I'm not entitled to you for the whole year. Let me ask you a question. I started charging for consultation. Even if you're my client. Listen, this is lunch money. Time is money. And so I've done my job. I've done my part. You've gotten your refund. You get a letter. You read it, and you comply. Now, if I have your tax returns and I have to print them or email them to you, then I'll get that to you. But I'm not obligated to do your work, and do that for you. And if I do it, there is a charge.
And then don't call her outside of tax season asking for paperwork that you have not
picked up.
Have. Or you didn't pick up.
I'm out of state.
Or she might have shredded it. She can't keep 5,000 people's stuff on her desk. That's too much. It's a lot. It's not storage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have some valid points. She was in my office, and it was a couple times that Cam is very smart, and she has
Thank you.
A lot of knowledge and a lot of things, and so she'll come in and I get direct with her, and I'm like,
very direct.
Don't take it personal. She's like, no, Tasha, I understand. Yeah. Some people ready to fight, and I'm like, look,
because I respect her.
Can't hear you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I respect everybody, because you might tell me something that I really do need to know, and sometimes. People, when you deal with business, directly, get out your feelings.
Yes,
business is not personal. It is business. So if she tells you, or anybody tell you, this is what you need, and then if you think you need further information and she cannot help you, go get an attorney. You got money, go pay somebody. Or if you don't have the money, because you've gotten yourself into a situation because you didn't handle your business, there are a lot of free services that will help you if you go online, and there are resources out there for people to help you. They even have programs that if you make under, I think $50,000, you can get some tax services for free. But you have to do the research and find out where it's at. But with my sister girl Tasha, you go to her, she don't do nothing for free. No. She need her coin because, as she said, she is a businesswoman. She is here to help you. She is going to be professional. She is going to be kind. She is going to handle her business and help you handle yours. Don't be coming in there getting no attitude.
Yeah, people don't want to pay, and then.
How can you get somebody to do some work and then
exactly?
Well, that's illegal too.
Like that.
We have the ability. If you do not pay me for your service, I will amend your taxes, because I don't do free work, and then you owe the IRS that money. So you rather pay me, my portion, or you could pay the IRS back.
Because you're going to pay regardless.
You're going to pay regardless.
Yeah.
So don't. And they say, oh, well, you can't do that. Yes, I can, because I don't do free services.
She's not pro bono.
I'm not. I do. With senior citizens, I do give discounts. Of course, I give family and friends discounts.
Good. Yeah.
But some people be like, no, this is your fee. Here you go. Or they'll give me a tip or a love token. Yeah. I love that. I think because I do pour into people, I get a lot of blessings out of nowhere. I mean, things come to me, and I'm just so thankful, and I'm humbled. People think I act like I think I'm all that.
No, they
I'm
think that you're all that. That's
I have a very confident spirit. I have a great big personality.
But
I'm very outgoing.
I think you've grown into confidence, because you said earlier she was timid, and so not sometimes, but as you grow and you mature, you have to take care of your business and make sure that people do not run all over you. Yeah. Because and especially being a woman, you're a woman, you have a business, and men think they're gonna come in your face and try to finagle her. She can't be finagled. She can't. You pay your money.
I tell my male clients when they do that, I'm like, I don't fraternize with my clients, number one. And they like, well, I don't want to be a client anymore. I just want to take you out. Or I want to do this. They don't know my background or what I got going on, because I don't discuss my personal business with them. However, they think, oh, if I finagle her, I could get a discount or get my taxes done for free.
And she ain't gonna break no law for your ass.
And I'm not gonna do it. No, they will.
Because her name was on the line. She's not gonna do that.
Not my name, my office, my integrity.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything about me, my character. When people try to bash me or even the internet trolls and all that type of stuff, my integrity and my character speaks for itself.
Amen.
So, I'd be like, go for it. Come with it, because
I'm sorry. I just wanted to know, like, when you do decide to take off work and you travel, what does that do for you? Like, how does it recharge you?
Yes.
How does it? Give us an example.
I get a good reset. So last year I traveled 11. I went 11 places. Oh. Some I double back. However, what I do is a lot of times I go places where I know people. Okay. that gives me a great recharge because I get to see the people that I love, the people I haven't seen in a while. And because I make my own schedule, I can stay as long as I want. If I want to do a month, if I want to do 2 weeks, if I want to do 5 days, I can do that because of how flexible my schedule is. Yeah, I'm really busy during the tax season, but in April I'll be going to my second home again for my birthday. Okay. And then, but when I come back, I've had different cultures, different food, different, just a different.
You've lived.
Yeah, I live, and then when I come back, I feel so recharged.
What is your favorite thing to do to relax when you're on vacation?
The pool, the spa, yeah.
I know that.
And I have a whole spa in my shop, but it's just a different environment. It's just, it's so, I wake up and just say, I'm going to go on a plane. I just make a trip. And people are like, you need a travel agent. No, I don't. I do my own research. I can do just what the travel agent do.
And people fail to realize proper planning is everything.
Exactly.
You don't have to spend a lot of money to travel if you properly plan.
Agreed.
They have websites where if you have a last minute flight, you can get a discounted ticket. You
go
just
to
have
the airport. You could get flights for $1, $10.
That's funny because I never thought about going to the actual airport.
So if you go, it may not be a destination that you want to go to, but say you go to the airport and ask them what they have for $1 or $20 or $10, and they may say Atlantic City. Just book it.
Let's go.
Just go. And it's there. They'll give you the flights and the prices.
I never knew that.
You stand in line.
Because I always get them online.
Yeah.
Way before.
You could go.
Oh, we going to the airport.
If you go to the airport.
We're going to get us some trips.
Get some trips. Yeah, ask them what they have. Or you could say, hey, do you got anything going to Atlanta? And they be like, today. And you have to be prepared, but they'll be like, yep, $20.
Yeah, you're going to be like, great, backpack.
Yeah, backpack, let's go.
Yeah.
So, but you have to have that schedule.
Nice. So was entrepreneurship always in the cards for you, or were you more so like a 9-to-5 girly in the beginning, or how did that go?
Well, I always wanted to be somebody's rich husband, rich wife, but I never wanted to be any of that. I just wanted to get the blessing and just sit back. But no, far as I can remember, because my mom used to model and make clothes.
Nice.
So I always wanted to be in beauty and fashion. I knew that from jump. I used to see her shiny fabrics and all that stuff, and I'd be like, my mom, her name is Goldie. She's a chef. She's a model. My dad worked. She went to modeling school, and she was a housewife. So we had breakfast, lunch, and dinner on the table. So I used to want to be what my mama was. I mean, although she was more on a lower scale, my dad worked at Ford and she was at home. But I was like, I want to be that. I could be at home. I could be pretty. Right. Put my outfits on, the house clean, the kids together.
But see, what a lot of women fail to realize, which I wish I would have realized, I was a housewife. They call them now domestic engineers.
Okay.
And sometimes, I'm going to say this to the housewives out there, your girlfriends can be jealous of you.
Of course.
Because you are a housewife and that you do get to be at home with your children and that you get to do these things. And what happens is, you get these ideology in your head about, oh, I need to do this, I need to have a business, I need to do this. It's okay to have a side hustle or whatever, but when you have children, your ministry is your children.
Yes.
Your ministry is you pouring into those children. And sometimes we get distracted by jobs and all the things going on in the world, and ministry starts at home. So I think it's beautiful that my mother was like that as well, because my father was a designer engineer at Ford, and my mother was a housewife until, they did part ways or whatever. But she stayed at home, and then she decided she wanted to get her some extra money, but when she did go work and get extra money, she did it in the confines of the time that we were in school. So I say to you young women, men, when you have a young child, stay at home with them until they're school age. If you once they can talk and maybe 1 or 2 days a week you need a break or whatever, that is normal. But your ministry starts at home, and that's what society does.
Excuse me, it does reflect on your kids. people always tell me how mannerable and respectful my children are, and how well kept they are, and how well kept they keep their children. And they be like, "Oh, Tasha's your mom. I knew it." Like, it's crazy because, like I said, people have this conceived thought of me that, I think I'm all that, or I think I'm better than everybody. I just don't engage in some of the things that other people do. I don't smoke. Like I said, I have my wine and my mimosas and maybe a pretty, frozen cocktail or something like that. But I never done some of the things that people do. So when you come to my house, it's a no smoke zone. I have my rules. Yeah. I have my rules even for my kids. They do what they do at their home, but they can't do it at my home. Not gonna do it here. Yeah. Nowhere around. I mean, if I go to your environment or your home or place of business, then that's just you. Right. But with me, and they like, you're so judgmental, and I'm like, no, I'm not judgmental. I just don't like it. Standards. I have standards. I don't want to engage in that. You can't persuade me. You can't influence me. And I'm not going to do it. I shall not be moved. Yes. So it's like, why do I feel like you feel like that I feel like I'm better than you because I don't engage in some of the things. I think
that's people on other people's insecurities. People are very insecure. I think that's why God put us all here together, because we don't do the same things. We are different. Yeah. I learn from you. You learn from me. I may be a smoker. I may need a friend who don't smoke to say, exactly. You need something different. You don't always need a carbon copy of yourself. Yes. You need something different. You need to be influenced by different people. Because like when I look at you, it's just like, she is pretty. Hey, so guess what? If I want to get my little zuzu on, I'm going to call Tasha, because she going to get me together. I'm going to call Tasha and say, Tasha, I've been looking for these boots. Let me find me some boots. She's going to say, come up here, girl, and check out
that way about me. And when I met her, I felt that about her. That's genuine. It's cute. And it's crazy because, she was in a play and I was there, visiting with the cast members and everything, and I met her outside. She liked my boots, and then she had so these badass boots. So I was like, what size? And then so later, she was like, I'm coming to get them. What size you got? She really stuck to it. Like I gave her my business card. She texted me. We stayed until where we friends now. Yeah. However, when she got on that stage, because I didn't know she sung, and I'm like, that girl sing. I'm attracted to superhumans. I'm attracted to talent. Yeah. I'm attracted to people who can do things that other people can't do. Mm-hmm. And so when I meet people like that, I just like to be around them. Like, God, so I don't like basic. I like people who have, and it's she's making me feel good. I'm it's not. Nothing wrong with basic, but I'm not. So when I meet people that has the same charisma and the same type of personality, or even I'm flamboyant, so have that type of personality, is like, oh my God, this is my twin flame, because I always was rare and different. And people, they try to, make me feel bad about it. But now as I got older, as I became, started loving myself, started looking in the mirror and saying, you are special, you are unique.
Everything that God tells all of us that we are.
Yes. That's when I came into myself and was like, I'm going to own this. I capitalized on everything. I capitalized on my freckles. I capitalized on my natural red hair. Yeah. I capitalized, and I wear protective styles. So I have hair, that go out my scalp, stuff like that. But I capitalized on my height. Okay. Everything about me I capitalize on, because like I said, I'm left-handed, like everything about me is unique, but you can go to school for being left-handed.
You can. They got scholarships,
grants. All type of stuff. I didn't know that. For being left-handed. And my mom is Blackfoot, and she went to school for free, Dorsey Commercial Foods, because she's
left-handed. Yeah.
No, because she's a Blackfoot Indian.
Got you.
What I'm saying? She has that percentage in awful lot of percentage in her blood, and so that gave me a percentage. So if I wanted to pursue school and do something, I could probably get some grants.
That's crazy, but I'm ambidextrous. I can write with my right and left hand.
Really?
I'm right hand dominant though.
It may be something for that too. Grants
I need some
or
scholarships.
Yeah.
It's so much
scholarships you don't have to pay back.
You have to
and this is why we need to talk
Yeah.
to people, and because I have learned so much about you today that I didn't know. I mean, because people just look at your outside persona and they say, oh, she's pretty, she thinks she's this, she thinks she's that. Tasha has a heart of gold. She is a beautiful person, and if you get to know her, she will help you do anything. She will be there for you if you are genuine. But then you know what people do. Don't try to use people though.
Yeah, they latch on to you.
Because when you try to use people, you will get kicked to the curb, but it ain't no coming back.
It's not.
I'm just saying, hallelujah.
Well, I really appreciate being here. You know, when Cam, because she's like, I'm going to get you on the show. We always want to link and do some things, even traveling, because Cam will bust up and go out of the state and jump up and go on a cruise. And I'll be like, girl, why you ain't tell me? And she's like,
I just needed this.
I knew it was your season. I'm like, girl, I make my own schedule. You better tell me next time.
And that's why I'm going to go back to my tax class so we can be scheduled together.
Yeah. Can't be out of here.
Because you just have to... I'm going to say this. Look, I've been saying a whole lot of stuff today, but you have to do things for yourself. Yes. I don't care if you're in a relationship, if you single, whatever. We get one time to live this life.
Yes.
Today is the day that the Lord has given us to live this life. You can't wait on nobody. You may be in a relationship with a spouse, or you got your girlfriends or your friends or whoever, your family, and they don't want to go nowhere and do nothing. If they don't want to go anyway. If God has given you the desire to go. Plan it. You know what I'm saying? You may have some extra money in that sock drawer. Take that money and spend it on yourself.
Well, you can't take it with you.
No.
You know, people have money and they're rich and they live, and then they're not here no more, and somebody else. Yeah, it's crazy. I like to save. I'm, not to go so deep because I don't want nobody to.
But the Bible tell you you're supposed to leave an inheritance for your children.
Yeah,
yes.
But I'll get some damn life insurance. I'm gonna say that.
Now that's the one.
That's the one. And my mom, that's what she does. She give us a gift of life insurance. She like, hey, I got to pay your kids and their kids life insurance. And I'm like, that's what she does for our family. My mom is just awesome. She give us gold stamps. She give us bonds, dividends. That's the type of stuff that she leave, so we can have stuff that's going to appreciate. Mm-hmm. But I was going to say, like, I like to see them big face hundreds in my thing. I'll be like, I like to see it. I don't just because I got this type of money, I'm about to go out and spend it. I'm so frugal because people be like, oh, well, Tasha cheap, but I'm a wholesaler with, my boutique. I done had a boutique for over 15 years and I've been wholesaling, so I don't like to pay full price for nothing. If I could get a deal. If I want a deal, that's why I give deals, because I'm like, who wouldn't want a deal?
Yeah, I'd be happy you're getting whatever it is when I know I got it on sale.
Yeah, because it makes you feel better, and it's like you get the quality for less. And I like stuff like that. So, I might look like $1 million sometime when I walk out, because I love furs, I love, designer, I love all that stuff. But listen, if it's at TJ Maxx, if Gucci at TJ Maxx, I'm gonna buy Gucci.
Okay, that's all. Yeah,
discount.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that discount. And it's a department for designer department for store for less. So I don't judge people, because you can have all that Gucci on and live in somebody's basement. So I just
can't eat for the next week.
And you eat noodles because you bought this purse and you want to do it for the gram. But people know that about me.
Well, I think it's wonderful that you are frugal, and that's a good thing to tell the young fashionistas coming up. It is nothing wrong with a bargain. It is nothing wrong with a deal. And then sometimes I like, I'm a vintage type girl, so sometimes I like going to the resale shops. You do not know how many treasures that you can find in the resale shop. My mother found a Canadian goose.
Ooh, really?
coat.
Yeah, I was
that
about to
mug
say the
is
coat.
white. It's white as snow. Didn't have a stain or nothing on it. Canadian Goose, and it's a real one.
Yeah.
At the resale shop, she got that mug for $30, and I was trying
And
to
my
get it up
kids-
out of
See
her.
what I'm
Like,
saying?
And my kids buy them for $1,000 at Nordstrom's.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just, my thing is,
a deal is
You gotta
a
know
deal.
where to go.
And my mama
Yeah.
got the money. She's just like,
but rich
Yeah,
people
why?
do that.
Yes.
Rich people do
and
that.
when you go, that's
They
all
stay
you
rich.
see is older Caucasian people, and
Yeah.
because it's a deal and it's a thrill. It's a thrill to get a deal.
Okay.
It just is.
And then I'd be like, I got a little wiggle room to spend a little more over here because I
Yeah.
did spend it all right there. Yeah, I can get more.
And I was looking
More
at
for less.
some pictures, and I was like, I'm gonna go on vacation, and I had my closet, and I was looking. I was like, I'm online looking for stuff to buy. Then I looked. I was like,
I got all these
I wore that one time,
Yeah.
and so I went shopping in my closet. I ain't buying nothing.
My closet is insane because everything I buy at the boutique, I keep one of. It's
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but
I gotta get some swimsuits, though.
I want to get this in before we close. I don't know what time we're closing, but I went to Dubai for my 50th birthday.
Nice.
I think you got a picture.
Yeah, my
Videos,
favorite.
yes.
Yeah, my favorite cousin pageant, and the experience was the most exhilarating experience I ever had in my life. The way those people live over there is nothing but luxury. Everything about Dubai is luxury. You know, they can say what they want about other cultures, but I felt like a queen over there. I felt like I belonged. Like,
Nice.
you know, everything was big and luxurious and gold and, you know,
like it should be over here, but
Yeah.
our government has stolen from us over all this time.
Yeah.
and it's amazing to see. And that's another thing. I'm not trying to cut you off. We're gonna go back to what she said. Go out of the country and see something else.
Yeah,
it is so many beautiful places. The
God is
sand,
amazing.
the sun. Go ahead, girl.
Yeah,
it's just
no.
beautiful.
God is amazing. And, you know, like I said, that experience was the experience of a lifetime. You know, we went with a group of women, Fearless Women Rock, and, you know, some other people. However, I would recommend Dubai, you know, for your bucket list, because
I ain't going to Dubai. I ain't going there.
We got videos about Dubai.
Dubai is beautiful.
yeah,
It's just man-made.
it is man-made.
If God ain't
That's
make
why it was,
yeah, if God ain't make
Amazing.
it, I ain't going.
I get you.
But part of it is God, because it's in God's
Yeah.
country. You can't
Yeah, I
And
hear
the
it.
architect.
something.
So it's
talent.
so it's a Ku Klux Klan. I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, I'm sorry. Dubai, my friend, you can't even raise your voice in Dubai.
I like that.
Peaceful.
I like the
Because why are
rules.
we yelling anyway?
I like the
I'm gonna
rules.
show you why. Because if you bring me a fish with the head still on it, and I told your ass no fish with the head.
Please take his ball.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
don't want the
use your
fish
inside
Okay.
with the
voice.
head.
No,
Use your
but
inside
they have
voice.
too many rules. My friend he was locked up in Dubai for like 44 days, 43 days.
They said some woman got locked up in
Send
Dubai
me back
too.
home.
She was
Yeah.
loud.
Well, you had to be
Disrespecting
really
the man.
obnoxious to
Yeah.
get. It's not like what people think. Just like they say, you can't cohabitate with a person that doesn't that's not married. That's not true.
That's
if
not
you're
true.
in a American hotel, you can. It's their rules over
Yeah.
there. But no, you can't spit on the sidewalk. No, you can't drop your gum. They clean. You
You
know what I'm
shouldn't
saying?
be able
you
to
shouldn't do
anywhere.
it anyway. Like, you got to have manners somewhere. And I wish that the United States had the same
New
rules
Yorkers
that they
will have a
had.
fit about the gum.
Yeah.
In Philadelphia, because everywhere in Philadelphia and New York, all you see is gum.
Yeah, it's disgusting. And it's like, that's germs. And I've never heard about a Dubai person get sick. Because it's everything they got healthy food, they got fresh everything. It's
Well, I guess I gotta go to Dubai, Shandy. We're gonna have to mount up and see if we can get us $1.
Yeah, okay.
Dubai.
Headed to the airport.
Dubai.
It's a
Got a
$13
blast.
flight.
Got a blast. Going to the airport.
I have one of my clients that they told me they had a condo in Dubai, and they were like, if you really wanted to go, just call me and let me know. So since you've
Listen.
already been, I ain't going by myself though.
Tell them friends loan me. I need a loan to just call me. Because they got a condo in Dubai. They got a couple dollars.
They got money.
Yeah, but then when I heard that, I got scared because I heard that one story about Dubai, how they was getting the women over there, and the women was doing strange stuff for some change.
Strange for change. They do that here.
They do it here.
I just didn't want to go.
Right.
You just got to be careful.
You have to
and
have
be
an
mindful.
open mind.
True.
And then stay with your group.
Definitely
Don't go with your
right.
Don't go by yourself. Yeah,
That's why I say I go with some friends. So if y'all want to go, we can go.
Yeah.
We can go.
Heavy
to the
on that.
condo,
Just
but
don't
I
go
ain't
nowhere by
have to
yourself.
plan.
Whenever you go anywhere traveling,
expensive.
stay with your friends.
Yeah.
Just that, or
and make sure
friend.
that you're real friends.
No, yeah.
Because these hoes out here, and I'm gonna say that.
Whoa,
Yes.
hoes, you use hoes.
Yes,
Hey,
and
look,
that may not have been the proper
I
term.
use my
I'm sorry,
inner
y'all.
hoes, so you
No, because I get infuriated. It really makes me angry
The
how
fist,
these
I'm
young
sorry.
girls are going on these trips with their friends,
Yeah.
and their friends,
Leave
and they're
them.
like,
And not
they're like,
making it
well,
back.
where's the friend? Where are your friends? If I go somewhere with y'all, I'm gonna say,
Oh,
hey
we gonna
Tasha,
be
where
together.
you going? You going to the bathroom?
Let me go with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you, or I'm gonna look at my watch and be like, she ain't come around that corner yet.
Exactly.
Well, here's the thing. This honest God truth. Even when traveling with guys, or traveling with a mixed group, I hate when people have these weed kicks, and they were like, I gotta find me some weed, and they want to go travel outside.
And go to
Outside of
the
the
to the
hood.
locals.
Yeah, wrong move.
That is a wrong
You
move.
been got murked.
Not even this murk. Let me tell you something.
They will cut you up.
They will cut you up. Take your heart.
Yeah.
Did you hear they were saying that about that ancestral.com, how they weren't trying to let people know who they were. They was trying to get your DNA.
Yeah.
You gave them your DNA, and then we started wondering why a lot of these young black people were coming up missing because, and then like that one guy they found rolled up in the carpet, his organs were missing, and he was an exact match for a millionaire. And who got a heart?
They're harvesting
out of somewhere.
They're harvesting, and those
be
twin
careful.
boys that they just found on
In the mountain.
that mountain. They were probably going to harvest them, but a hiker found them. I mean, people don't just come up missing out of nowhere.
Especially twin black boys.
Not
Talking about
twin
they climbing the mountain.
They're not doing
Well, that was the first problem.
Climbing.
I heard that story about them, and they just came up missing.
Well, they're dead.
They did.
Yeah, they're dead.
They're
They were
unalive.
supposed to go on a flight, and they ended up there. I don't know if somebody lured them. They missed their flight. My thing is, and like I tell people all the time, it can happen here. You don't have to be out of state. It happens everywhere. You just have to be aware of your surroundings.
All the time.
A lot of us are careless. I'm walking with this big sparkly football purse. Somebody say, I like your purse. And then you get distracted. You thank you. You get it at such and such, and you keep it moving. You don't stop and be conversating with these people because it's a setup.
It's a majority of the time, especially in foreign places, and foreign don't mean overseas.
Because they be knowing that you don't know.
Yes.
That you're a tourist.
Let me tell you something.
They prey on
Especially in
those
Chicago. I was in Chicago one year doing all the games. I wear my Detroit Tigers hat all the time. I had it cocked to the right.
Yeah.
This guy seen me across. He's like this. He's walking over to us. I wonder what this. Hey, my man. You need to straighten that cap out or take it off.
Yeah.
Huh? I said, I know you ain't from here, bro. So you need to take the hat off or straighten it up.
I'm glad he gave you
Who was he, though?
And I'm thinking to myself, who there? And then I looked around. I was at the Green projects. I'm right in front of her, about to catch the bus. I said, let my punk ass go across the street and go to the store. And when I go to the store, I took my hat off, put it in my bag.
You have to take heed.
Because he was telling you,
He was warning me.
Well, was that a sign of disrespect, you think?
Yeah, because
pride.
GD is like GD, Gangster Disciples and Vice Lords. I was in their territory. I was in the middle of their territory.
What a Detroit situation.
No, that was Detroit hat. I could want my Detroit hat.
It was the way it was cocked.
It was blue and it was cocked.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you have to research those things. Everywhere I go, I do research. I'm talking about even if it's Philadelphia or Indiana. You have to.
You like Philadelphia?
I do.
I love that's one of my hometowns.
Yeah, awesome.
I buried my mother there.
As soon as he hear Philly, Philly.
Philly?
Yeah.
Philly is one of my favorite.
West Philadelphia?
Hell no.
No, I went to Savoy.
South Philly.
That is the restaurant.
You see,
Savoy.
Hell no.
When I was there a couple times. I mean, I just
The
travel.
downtown is the bomb to me.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Martha's Vineyard?
I have not.
You would love it. It is so
I
nice
have
and
not.
so
I
quaint.
want to go. Yeah.
Every time somebody bring up Philadelphia, they want to bring up Martha's Vineyard.
Well,
No, I'm just messing with you.
that's there.
No, not at all.
Massachusetts crab cake.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a restaurant.
No,
It's
a little island.
Martha's Vineyard is an island, and they have it's almost like it's like Norway or something. It's like a little island frozen in time.
Okay.
And it's only so many inhabitants, and they do have it where you can take tours and stuff, but they have like a tourist area, but then it's just like farm. It's just beautiful.
Nice.
Bougie-
No, it is. It's different. You got to
bougie
take
people go
ferries.
there.
Yeah,
Bougie
you
people
have
go
to
there.
take ferries over
It's
there.
like you said, like a little
It's an
island.
island.
Got it.
I just really want to go on a travel thing around the United States. The United States has so many beautiful places to
Angel.
go.
And that's why I said I wanted to travel
Train.
all 50 states. My goal before was do all 50 states before I travel out the country, but that didn't
That
work.
work.
Yeah.
But I'm up to like 39 states.
That's very
I mean,
That's
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
if black people not there, I'm not there. I'm not,
I don't care. I'll go anywhere.
No,
I love.
hell
to-
Come
no.
on.
You know where I want to go next?
Hell
I want to go to.
no,
I want to go to
no.
Maldives. That's
yeah,
on
the
my bucket
Maldives,
list,
they
'cause
said
that's
it's off
beautiful.
I want to
water.
go to Belize.
Yeah.
I want to go there too.
Anywhere that don't need a passport, because the one thing about passports, most people don't know, you are being tracked constantly. No, I'm just saying.
I want you to track me.
Well, they don't want my fat ass. I got too much. My organs ain't shit. They be like, oh, not him. Nah, not him.
Look.
Listen, I just feel like if it's your time, it's your time.
I know. I'm glad you feel that way, right?
And get to
But
know.
you don't want them to cut it short. I get it.
And get to know who God is, because at the end of the day, we are
You must know
going
the
through
Lord.
this life.
You must know the Lord.
We never know when we're going to leave here, and it's just sad that every time somebody does leave here, it's at a funeral. That's the only time that some people get to see their relatives. You need to get with your family. You need to see your family. You need to know who God is, because at the end of the day, we're not going to be here forever, but we're going to be somewhere else forever. So you need to get it together and know who God is and have a personal relationship with God.
And
I know a lot of people be like, I don't want to go to church. It is a Bible to read.
Right.
Read it.
But and also you have yourself. You got to learn how to deal with your inner being, right? Your inner being is God, and overall we have to realize that we still have to live our lives.
Yeah, you do.
And in knowing God, you have to. In order to know God, you have to know yourself.
You better say it, because I was thinking, oh my God. I was just, you said,
Praise Him.
No, for real.
That synergy,
Cam
because-
caught a praise break.
No, because when you were saying it, I was like, and that's why you need to spend time with yourself. Be quiet.
Yeah, yes.
We have so many outside distractions, and there's noise here. You watch your TV,
Some
you got
people
your
don't know
phone in
who
your
they
face.
are.
Sit your behind still.
Some people are
and let
copy you
God
to the
talk
T.
to them.
Yeah.
And they'll steal your identity.
Yeah.
They be
Listen.
single white females. They be obsessed,
Black,
and then
black female.
all that, and they'll sit up there and they'll take your whole blueprint and say they
Listen,
did it.
I know a person who we have been disagreeing for many years, but if you talk to him, he sounds like me.
Oh wow!
Somebody said I interviewed him, and he actually sounds like
That's
you.
probably why y'all be going head to head, because y'all so much alike.
No, we not nothing alike.
Did he copy you, or you copied him?
Definitely copy me.
So how did you guys get around each other for him?
I mean, the entertainment business.
Yeah.
But I know you're trying to get a name out of me. But anyway, that's not gonna happen.
Actually,
Not now.
because I probably wouldn't even know who it is.
You definitely know who he is. But listen, but he tried, and he only do that when he
never
sit down.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie. He had much time to study how I talk, what I talk about, and how I talk.
Wow.
And so he does it. Shout out to Dr. Sabrina for pointing that out to me. Yeah.
One thing about
People will copy you. That's what I do know.
Yeah, they will.
Listen, and they'll say, and Facebook and Instagram got timestamps. So when people say, "Oh, I've been doing this," "Oh, Tasha's doing this," And then people go back like, nah, Tasha been.
She did it first.
She did it first. You know.
Majority of anything that I've done, I did it first.
Yeah.
And people try to mimic me or mimic the things I do, and it's crazy how they don't even make the same gumbo.
Yeah,
My
recipe different.
Recipe different.
And you know, imitation is the biggest form of
No,
flattery.
I hate that. No,
I
it's not. That is bullshit. That's bullshit.
No, it's real.
Because the imitation is bullshit. If the imitation was good as I was,
People be eating imitation crab.
They do.
Yeah, see,
Ain't nothing like the real thing.
I'm about to say, because my friend said, man, what you worry about? Imitation is the biggest thing with flattering. I said, no, because he's effing it up.
He messing
But
me up, right?
that's the thing, because
They can't be you.
stuff come out my brain, right? And I know it came out my brain. And then somebody do it, and I'm like, well, I don't got to do all the work no more.
Okay.
Go on.
Set the blueprint.
And set the you know, I put it out there and they do it, and then people come back to my page, and then I get a client.
There you go.
So you're promoting me.
Yeah.
It's free advertising.
Or the client could get discouraged and don't want to deal with nobody.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have witnessed where people have, especially dealing with graphics, oh my God, I want you to do my stuff, but I found somebody $25 cheaper.
Oh.
Now, black people would sell you out for $1.
They will.
I mean, I don't give a damn. It could be $1 cheaper.
$1.
Black people have no loyalty when it comes to business and their money.
You know what? So what I learned about that is when people do that to me, like, oh, such and such doing it for this down the street, I'm like, oh yeah,
cool. See,
and so guess what?
They come back.
They come back because they like, she wasn't even bothered. See, you think you bothering me? See, God gonna send me somebody to replace you better, because all money ain't good money. And then the ones that's cheap, they're gonna give you the most problems
all day.
You know, this ain't right, or you did this way, you didn't talk to me right. Oh, I called your phone. You know, like, go somewhere else. I ain't got time.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I want quality. I give quality work. I want quality clients.
And Tasha is a stickler for time. So if you do book with her there at TNT
that's good.
Taxes, located at
Southfield.
In Southfield at 1600 West 9 Mile Road.
16,000.
Providence.
16,000 9 Mile Road. Know that if you make an appointment.
Is it 9 Mile Road?
It's 9 Mile in Providence.
Okay, it's Providence Road.
Well, on the flyer it says
both of them
9 Mile.
I can give you the GPS. You can get there at 9 Mile. You can get there at Providence.
Which one is wrong? That's
GPS.
But my point of that is, if you make an appointment with Tasha, it's an appointment. Be there on time. If she tell you to be there at 2:00, she don't mean 2:10, 2:20. She mean 2:00.
Please.
If you're going to be late, you better call. And if you're going to be late more than 5 or 10 minutes late, you might need to reschedule. Thank you.
Send me your information. I mean, I do remote.
Yeah.
I do in-house. I do all 50 states.
Nice.
So, you know, you don't have to live in Detroit to get your service. I come to you. If you got a desk or a conference room like this, and I'll bring my computer and do your staff.
Nice.
I mean,
for a fee.
Book me.
Now, does it get tricky with doing different
for
states
a fee
because of the different rules?
Of course,
okay.
Yeah. But you know, like you said, I re-educate myself every year on everything. I do webinars, I do seminars, I do.
And she's not going to take on a task that she's not.
Oh no! If I can't do it, I'm not gonna.
I respect that, because some people are like, yeah, I can do it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna fake it to make
that.
it, because I mean, this is people's livelihood. This is their information. You know, I have never gotten audited in my practice.
This press wood. This ain't even real.
Oh well, we're gonna knock that real wood.
Knock upside his head.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, like you said, you have to have integrity in this business. I mean, I'm not gonna say people ain't threatening to, I'm gonna call the IRS on you because you're not doing what they want you to do, or I'm gonna report you. And I'm still here 10 years later. Yeah. You know, because
and she gonna be here 10 more years later because she gonna do the right thing.
I'm gonna do the right thing. I mean, you know, there are ways that I can, you know, go to a cap. I know some of the credits and deductions that some people don't know when they're doing TurboTax or doing their taxes on their own. So I may get you more than what you want. No, I'm not hooking you up. I'm not, you know, padding the numbers or anything like that. I just know what I do.
Know what you're doing.
And I don't, you know, H&R Block does everything by the book. That's where I got trained at. But over the years, I've done webinars in other places where I can, they've taught me to do things where you're not going to get flagged, you're not going to go over the cap, but you can still help them to get the deductions that H&R Block will not let you know about.
Got you. So, because I was looking at opening up a tax service in New Orleans.
Should.
The reason why is because took a trip. I love New Orleans as well. The only places I really only write though is Philadelphia or Las Vegas. Okay. So I was in New Orleans, and the Uber driver says that I asked him where he's staying at because he was talking about what was going on in New Orleans. He was like, "Oh, I just got me a house, a mortgage, right?" I said, "Wow." He said, "Yeah, because here you can get a mortgage even if your credit score like a 580."
Really?
Like, what?
I was like, really?
Well, that's because they had a tragedy in
I would tell you this: in other states, other countries, they don't have taxes.
Nope.
In other states, they don't have
credit.
They're not going to check your credit. If you got money and a job, you could get a home. Michigan and some of the other,
and then we got to pay all the damn auto insurance. It's just
that's a lot. But see, the thing is, that's why some people did vote for Trump, because he's trying to eliminate a lot of that stuff. Yes. And
no,
that's cool.
He did some.
He's trying to eliminate like federal taxes. Yes. He's trying to eliminate. He wants able-bodied people to work, to make a living, so the economy can be stimulated. I didn't vote for Trump. I don't. I'm not a fan of him.
Me neither.
However, he's a businessman, so the things that he is doing is what everybody else in the other countries and stuff are doing. Yeah, and
we just stuck in the past.
We're stuck, and so it the cost of living, you can't survive off of. Remember, people could live off of $30,000.
Shoot, you could buy a house for $5,000, a whole house.
But now, the average household has to make like
$100,000.
6 figures.
Why? And that's because that was because we're
stupid.
Not only that we're stupid, but we've been being robbed.
We stupid.
We've been being robbed.
We're robbed. Look at the eggs.
If you want to call it, see, another thing. Research on the eggs. I researched eggs because when it was going on, me and Miss Williams was like, me and Miss Williams was calling around to egg farms. You know what I mean? And he said, no, not just get a chicken. They only produce not that part. But he told me it was a bird flu that was going on. And with that becomes a thing where egg farmers have to decide what they can and cannot do. And it was similar. Because they had to pick which ones. What was the last flock that did this? And because you can get poisoned through eggs very easily. Because
it can kill you,
and you
real
can't
quick,
and you cannot tell what's a good or bad egg. So they had to do this.
And I get it. I just ain't bought no eggs. I go to the
Costco's got the cheapest eggs.
No, I go
to something.
It's not Eggland.
Costco has the cheapest
eggs.
But
I'm gonna say this.
Costco.
Is it Eggland?
I do agree with you when you said this country has not been ran like a business for many, 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 many years, and I just think I'm just praying. I pray for him. I pray for all of our leaders, whoever is in office, that they will have wisdom, that they will make the right decisions, because we are supposed to pray for these people, even fools, because we have to. We got to pray that they do the right thing.
Well, I'll be honest with you. When it comes down to this country has not been ran like a business.
Ever.
Wait a minute, no, it has, but not by a businessman. And people look at Donald Trump as down. I don't. Whose phone is that?
It ain't mine.
It's yours.
I don't even have my phone.
It's mine. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
It wasn't her phone.
It wasn't you. It wasn't you.
I knew it was her.
Look, you see me trying to put it on you. I'm like, it's you.
I was trying to play it off.
I knew it was Tasha all along because I'm looking right at her phone.
I'm like, it's you.
No, so everybody, see, I never looked at Donald Trump as a businessman. Never because he's what you call a fuck it, he's a fake. In a sense,
fraud.
A fraud. But he started learning the tactics of a businessman. If his father was still living, his father would be like he a disgrace to him. Yeah. So, and he was a disgrace when gave him the money to start his businesses. With Donald Trump, he owns none of his hotels. I mean, it's just a lot about him that once you start researching, you be like,
he did at one time. I mean, you know.
Well, he licensed his name.
All I know is I just want to sit back and see what's going on, and just because things are different. And all I know is that when Biden was in office, he wasn't running nothing. Somebody else was running the country because he was not.
The president don't run the country.
I understand that. Everybody, them.
The Congress. I mean, you know,
it's them. It's that body.
He gets advised. So it's just like me, even with the taxes. I still have to go inside my software and find out the updates. So although I have the knowledge and the expertise to do taxes, I still have to refresh.
Get updated.
I have to get updated. So if I don't get any updates, I'm going to be out of the loop.
Yeah.
So that's just basically with everything. Although you can be an entrepreneur and Miles, you can you've been running your business for years.
Yeah.
But you still gonna go and look and see what's the latest graphics.
Well, definitely, I go to conferences.
Yeah, conferences.
I go to
and stuff
conferences,
like that.
and I get definitely.
And then
get updated.
also then the other thing too, we can't say nothing about the government until we are willing as a people to do things what we can do in our sphere of influence right here, right now, with the people around us.
Yeah, because
at the end of the day, we ain't gonna meet no Trump.
All I tell people is stay in their lane.
Yeah, we be fucking up.
People try to tell me, my cousin said, well, how come she got 3 kids and I got 3 kids and she got 8,000 and I got 6,000? I'm like, because it depends on what you got taken out your taxes. If you're in if you get EIC, the EIC cap is 29,000. So if you can earn income tax credit, like I said, you're low income. You're a nurse. You got 3 kids and she work at McDonald's. You're not going to
McDonald's girl. She wins.
She's going to get a bigger refund because she's a lower income. You're in a different tax bracket.
And that's another thing. This is wrong with this country. The poor get rewarded.
Yeah, they do.
You ain't lying, because I've been working all my life, and I be like, damn.
Well,
you have to pay.
Yeah,
but in all the time, sometimes we as people who work, we have to ask yourself, what are you working for?
And then they gonna get, and then people. That's why everybody was mad about the immigrants, because they coming over here they gave them everything that they didn't even. They gave them our money.
Well, no, they ain't giving them our money. Y'all got to realize who our allies are. You got to realize the promises that our government gave them. They
felt entitled.
Exactly. So, here's the promise. Black folks, we are not as of a nation. We are just pawns. We are people has no value. So when you are born, you are given a bond on your life. That's why when Ford Motor Company hire you in, and then they go say, "Hey, government, we hired 20,000 black folks. They work for $1 million a piece. We need a loan. Hello."
Yeah.
And so now they're saying that not only we need a loan, now we need a tax break for the next 15 years. Hello. And then, it's a lot that goes on. That's the whole thing. If we don't even learn about our bodies, we damn sure ain't gonna learn about the bodies of the government. And that's one of our main issues, because all the shit is relatively the same. Knowing the basis of things is the key to life. So if you learn about your own body, if you learn about your own body, you would then learn the body of government, because that's what they base off of, the flow of things.
It's your body.
Most definitely. Your body all over my body, baby.
I remember sitting at home, because stuff goes up and down, right?
Yeah.
And
you telling me?
I was sitting there like, dang, I'm gonna go back to work, because remember, I don't want to work for nobody.
Right.
And then God spoke. He said, as long as you got merchandise, you got money.
You see them numbers? Look.
See,
y'all speaking to me.
And look at what she said when that number hit.
All right,
I'm telling
Lord.
you.
Yes, I hear you, Lord.
No, listen. So I understand
Yeah.
about the pressures of wanting to give up or
just go
submit.
get
Yeah. I tell the story all the time. I was about to go get a job. McDonald's was like 2 blocks around the corner. I said, you could hire me, but I only need to work from 10 to 4. And they were like, why that number? I said, no one going to see me.
Yeah.
Right? And then they were like, what you mean? Then so I went in for my interview, and he was interviewing me. He said, well, Mr. Dixon, we got everything except for your pants. And your shirt, can you wear at least an extra large? I was like, no, I'm a 3X.
Right.
And so the guy was waiting. I was like, man, you know what? I think it might be a better time for maybe just hire him. You know, I can't take it. He's like, but you said from 10 to 4. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not feeling that. You don't got my clothes.
Right, it's not for me.
The sign is already there. I'm not supposed to be here.
I was weakened. I was about to give in. I was like, nope.
And you know, I think that's very important too, is when God tells you, that inner voice is telling you it's time to move. You better move.
Yes.
Because I've been hearing that inner voice for a minute, and I'm like, Lord, da 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 da, and I kept saying to myself, and I said this the other day, it's better to work for the devil you do know than it is to work for the devil you don't know. But why work for the devil at all?
Oh yeah, I about to say that wouldn't have been.
And so the mindset, we got to change our mindset, and as we gain wisdom, we start getting knowledge on. We got to watch the things that we say, and watch the things that we do. And cultivate our mindsets to be winning mindsets and to be free mindsets and to do what you got to do.
Our people, we want to do better. We want to.
Do we?
No, honestly, some of us do. Because, like, when I tell people I budget, like, I work my 4 months and I budget for the other 8 months. So I pay all my bills out of it. I do everything I need to do and still have savings, right? Yeah. And they like, how do you do that? And they want to know. Not saying that they're going to do it.
I'm about to say, they just want to be nosy. Because I was like, bullshit. But
none of your business.
No, but seriously, you teach them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do. I teach people. I tell people things. Yeah. However, what I did learn is they don't want to do better. They just want to know how you doing. Mm-hmm. Because it only makes sense. I have a friend of mine. Every January 3rd or 4th, he pay his light bill for the year, he pay his phone bill for a year, and he pay his mortgage for the rest of the year. And he said, I know I'm not going to have no money for the next 60 days. However, it's money going to be coming in, and everything that's coming in is his. Yeah. And so, and we just take that knowledge. Like my phone bill right now, $20, right? So if I just pay $250, I'm straight for the year.
I pay my car insurance all year. I just upgrade my bill. I've cashed out on that, you know. And it's an 18, but it's
18,
my car.
I understand what
2018.
Oh,
it's not a 2025.
Who gives a damn?
But it's a 2018. It's mine. Don't nobody else own it but me.
Right.
I pay my car insurance up. I do everything that I need to do with and so I'm never going to say I ain't never had to get a deferment towards the end of the year. I have before.
I know, that's right.
Yeah, but I don't have to do it now.
By 2026, I'm going to be just like you.
Because you grow and you learn, and then you apply the knowledge to your life, and that's what we need to do.
And people say, she always bragging she don't got no car. I ain't had no car now in 15 years. Like,
that's great.
You know, because I buy my foreigns and I upgrade them. You know, because they don't depreciate a lot.
Not like American
Not
car.
like a regular car.
Yeah.
So
shout out to the Rivian. If anybody get a chance, electric car, Rivians do not depreciate. At first, Teslas didn't, but now they depreciate.
They burning everything up. That's wrong.
But the Rivian is a new electric truck, and it don't depreciate like no other car. It's incredible. Shout out to the foreign cars that came up and started making better transmissions, because the BMWs used to be trash.
I do have a BMW, a convertible, and I've had to have more repairs than my my Benz.
A BMW is trash. It was meant for airplanes, and that's what.
And Bentleys. You ain't supposed to drive a BMW every day.
Hell no.
It's supposed to be a sports car or a luxury car.
A pull-out car.
Just pull out, go get something to eat, come back. You drive that mud every day, it's going to fall apart.
Especially in Detroit.
Yeah, in Detroit. But my Benz, all of it, every last Benz I ever had stood the test of time.
Yeah. A Mercedes, but I had two Mercedes. One was a Benz 190, one was a Benz 300. I sold both of them. When one person, I seen you rolling. I said, nope, time to go.
Yeah.
Because I don't want nobody to think I have more than I have. That's one. Two, I hate attention. So, and people identify people with cars. You know what I mean?
They do, and that's why I get a lot of my business.
Oh, okay.
That's a true statement. If I pull up in a Honda or a Benz, guess what? They want to know what you doing and how you getting it, and they want to. People are inquired. They inquired. They like, she rolling.
Well, I have particular mentors, right?
Yeah.
You don't know what the hell they drive because that's not important for their business. Like one of my main mentors, he makes $4 million a year. I never knew what he drove until 3 months ago. He got an electric Hummer.
Yeah.
And I was like, Pops, you got an electric Hummer? He said, son, I had to get something I could step up in. So when they try to look down on me, when I step up, I could look down at them and say, excuse me. Because he's 60. He's my mentor's 65.
That comes with knowledge.
Yeah. But and he's a wise man. I mean, when I tell you, he takes me to school every time I could talk to him and say, hey, good morning. Hey, son, how you doing? I said, I'm good. He's in the year to school me on something. I'm like, damn, that's something I need to know in life.
Well, I like my foreign Benz because it's reliable. Every one I've ever had has been reliable.
Benz is always reliable.
Major issues with that.
Except for the tune-ups.
That's it, and the oil changes. But I mean, that's if you don't have a car note, that comes.
That's just maintenance.
That's just maintenance.
I mean, because that Benz tune-up gonna cost you $680, $700.
As an entrepreneur and in this tax season and everything moving forward, what will be one of the final things that you would want to tell our audience about taxes and just living the soft life as an entrepreneur as far as giving advice?
Okay. Well, with taxes, I just want everybody to know you only get back what you put in.
Woo!
So if you put in $0, if you put in $2, that's what you're going to get back. And that's just the bottom line. Just make sure you get all the proper exemptions taken out. Make sure you don't go exempt this year moving forward because it's becoming illegal. You don't want to get fined up to $10,000 because they will come for you, and it's just what it is. Also, with living a soft life, because I am a seasonal tax preparer, I can make my own schedule. I can leave and travel when I want. Even if I want to take my computer with me, any state, any country I want, and do my clients, I can do that too.
Well, maybe I need to talk to you about partnering up for New Orleans. because the New Orleans thing was this. I want to create a program where they can do their taxes, be the first down payment for their first home buyers.
And that is such wonderful information that you're going to talk about after our show, because everyone doesn't need to hear your vision.
No,
Thank you.
No, I'm not worried about it.
I know, I'm just
because listen, the whole truth is it needs to be done, and if I'm not able to do it, I hope someone will take it, because first home buyers need to be involved. We get a bank involved to back the plan.
That's crazy that you said that, because I always said that, since you don't care, but I was like, I would like to have opened up like a village where it's maybe 1,500 square feet homes and help people, but they would actually live there and pay rent, and then at the end I would take the money that they pay for rent and take and that would be their down payment. Yeah. The way to help them, because if people don't pay into anything, they're not going to value it. Yeah. They don't value things if you don't pay.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Allen Iverson. Okay. I just said that Shaq and him has took over the operations of the marketing for Reebok, right?
Oh, okay.
But Reebok is what saved Allen Iverson's life, because he was completely broke. Mm-hmm. But they had put a trust for him.
Because didn't his wife set that up?
No. Reebok did it. Reebok did it for every player that did an endorsement for them. Oh. And then when he did it and he looked up, he had $40 million coming to him. So again, people have to think about their financial literacy and then in their future, in a sense. That's what I want to talk to you, Tasha.
Yeah.
So, thank you for coming by and sitting with us. Thank you, Cam, for inviting Tasha.
It's been a wonderful time.
I've been on a lot of podcasts, a lot of radio shows, TV, and everything. This was by far one of the best.
Okay.
Easy going.
That rise and grind morning show.
I like it. I like it.
That's
because,
what's up.
You guys open up and y'all wanted to know, and then y'all taught me some things too.
Okay.
And some shows, it's all about them, and they just want that face on there.
Yeah.
So.
And honey, your face card is still a perfect 10.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I would say that my makeup artist canceled on me this morning last minute because she was feeling ill.
You look good.
You look great. You look marvelous.
Yeah, but it's all good. Like I said, because I got skills. I can play it off. Make it till you make it. No,
you good. Hey y'all, listen. Thank y'all for watching the Rise and Grind Morning Show with Cam, Tasha, me, and Shani. And we're out, y'all.
All right. Have a great day.
Have a good one. Thanks.
What up, y'all? This is a bucket list thing to do in Dubai. Riding an electric catamaran for only 100 dirhams, which is really only $27 US. It's easy to control through a joystick, and there's no experience needed. It also has a Bluetooth speaker, so that way you can create the vibes. You get the incredible views of the world-famous Atlantis. Comment below if you try this, and follow me for more adventures.
Get ready for a night of lyrics and laughter. April 19th in Music Hall with Grammy Award winner Chrisette Michelle. Also, the smooth sounds of Kindred, the Family Soul. And on the same show, get your laugh on with comedian Bruce.
Man, I went to church with my aunt. Tisha didn't get up to 12:30. We didn't leave out of Friday evening by 4 o'clock.
And your celebrity host, Omar Goody. Tickets on sale now. Available at Ticketmaster and the Music Hall box office.
Monday through Friday, great conversation, guest appearances.